I had never really spoken with him, and I was really impressed with the way that he interacted with the audience, with the fans that were there, especially the kids. To me, professional wrestling, I started as a wrestling fan when I was 4 years old. We've talked about that. And I think most people do similarly. And to see these kids that, some of them were so terrified. One kid kept trying to get away, to tell his dad, no, I'm not going up there. And, no matter where he went, there were so many people squeezed and he couldn't get out. And other kids, Boogeyman would, stop and like really terrorize before he'd, let down the gimmick and say, you good kid or a bad kid, and he'd start talking to them. Every one of those kids walked away with an experience they'll remember for the rest of their lives. And I would dare say that that interaction at 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, a lot of these kids, that stoked in them the desire to be a wrestling fan. And, he and I had, obviously sitting side by side most of the day. We had a chance to really talk, and I had to keep correcting him because he kept calling me Mr. Douglas. And, which I understand the respect factor, and I really appreciate that. But, to me, I kept looking around for my dad. I was looking for George to walk in behind me somewhere. And, I thought he was a great guy. And I thought that the way he interacted with the fans made it an experience for the kids, and the other fans as well. Everybody that was over there was laughing and having a great time. And that really, to me, the final analysis is if somebody pays that money to come and spend that money to get autographs and pictures and everything else, you don't want it to be just, hey, here's my autograph and I keep moving. I don't want to talk to you. You make it an experience for the fans, and they'll be a fan forever. And Boogeyman did an exemplary job of that on Saturday. It was really, really cool to see.
If you do your Wikipedia homework, you would know that you and the Boogeyman are actually, you guys are the same age and only a few months apart. But the
Really?
Boogeyman, he didn't get into the business until the mid-2000s, where his story is that he tried out for one of the Tough Enough seasons, one of the early Tough Enough seasons, but he was disqualified because he had, misled the application and put an incorrect age on there and was removed from the competition. But they obviously saw that in the physical specimen that he is.
Yeah, no doubt.
They signed him right up.
Yeah, I've never seen him without his makeup that I'm aware of. And you telling me that, I'm stunned, because I would have thought, late 20s, early, maybe mid-30s at best. He's got a phenomenal physique, and you can tell really keeps himself in shape. Wrestling, the longest time in my career, I was one of those guys, the wrestling purist. Well, that guy is not a Harley race type wrestler, and but I've come to realize over the years that, like Bill Watts used to say, at Thanksgiving dinner, you don't just want a big pile of turkey. You want a little bit of everything. And for those kids that were so entertained, scared to death, some of them at first, but by the time any of them walked away, he had one kid that was scared to death with his dad. He and his brother finally went up and got an autograph, but very, very, he kept looking at Boogeyman out of the corner of his eye, and if he turned left, that kid was keeping his eyes peeled on him. And after they took the picture, the kid thought he was safe. Boogeyman ran over and grabbed him, picked him up and started running and said, "We're out of here," and the kid started screaming, "Put me down, put me down," but he had a blast. It was so funny to watch. Like I said, that kid will remember that for the rest of his life, and all of that is part and parcel of drawing a house and drawing a crowd. So I had a really good time talking to Boogeyman on Saturday and watching the way that he interacted with fans.
Such a unique performer. But hey, you two are both former ECW superstars, of course, him being in the revamped ECW. Right.
Well, I mean, you said if he started the business late, he would have had the opportunity to have been in the original, but that's a different story for a different time.